The Big Three party rolls on in Miami. Huge game for the Ball Hogs and the three-headed monsters here from Kaseya Center. 3 games down, 3 left on this Sunday in South Florida. Look at the remaining games here on Big Three TV. Tri-State against Trilogy, followed by the Aliens and the Triplets. The standings right now loaded in the Big Three. The feeling is 93 wins to get out of Miami, have a shot at the playoffs. Our only team with 4. Triplets could join them later with a win in Miami. Ball Hogs 2-2, three-headed monsters need this desperately. And welcome, I'm Cohen. Great to be joined by the little general of the Big Three. Waiting a long time to say that again. Xavier Johnson back here in Miami.
Yeah, excited to be here. And when you look at a team like the Ball Hogs, remember this team has never made the playoffs. They're trying to make the playoffs for the first time, so it's going to be really exciting. We got some really good matchups here in this game, and man, I'm ready to finish this Big Three Week 5 off strong.
You can make a case this is the biggest game in Ball Hogs franchise history if they can get it against three-headed monsters. Jody Meeks has been terrific so far this year.
Yeah, we know he's a knockdown three-point shooter, second most in the Big Three. I love the way he's been moving better without the ball, even some of the backdoor cuts. But you can't leave him from behind the three-point line. That's an insult, Ed.
Well, for the three-headed monsters, without Kevin Murphy, the reigning MVP, Brandon Moss, intriguing last week.
Yeah, very athletic. He can play above the rim. He's another guy that can spread the floor from behind the three-point line. But when you look at him, nice moves inside, shot fakes, very crafty scorer of the basketball.
Let's meet the rosters in this 4th game. Captain for the Ball Hogs, Angel Barbosa with Meeks. Backcourt, three-headed monsters, the veterans, Reggie Evans, Rashard Lewis, leading some newcomers for this guy. Reggie Theus, second year leading the three-headed monsters last year, the Big Three Coach of the Year in 2022. On the other side, the Hall of Famer, Rick Barry, 8-time NBA All-Star, Hall of Famer in 1987. Speaking of the Ball Hogs, let's go to the former captain. Say hello to Brian Scalabrine.
Now, you guys said it. I think this is huge for the Ball Hogs. Of the original team, the only team that didn't make the playoffs. So right now, 2-2. They caught a huge break playing the three-headed monsters. No Kevin Murphy. So today, if the Ball Hogs are for real about going to the playoffs, they got to get this win.
It feels almost personal for them to get there and break through in this 6th Big Three season. Avery, look at the rules. First to 50 wins. No game clock. 14-second shot clock in the Big Three. And free throws, 1 shot for 2, 3, or 4. And yes, the 4-point shot, deadly weapon in the Big Three.
Yeah, I love the 4-point shot. And I love when our good friend Ice Cube has little 4-point shoot-offs against some of his rapper friends before the game.
Oh, yes. Still got it. Off the mark for Arlen Binowitz. And Lewis able to clean it up for the three-headed monsters to begin this one.
Yeah, and when you look at Rashard Lewis, you know, last week, you know, he had 11 rebounds. He does a really good job of rebounding the basketball. We think that's Reggie Evans' forte, but Rashard Lewis is an excellent rebounder.
Meeks for Ayers, 3 is short, but there's Barbosa. Nice dribble, reverse, no. Sweet Lou, able to clean it up. Up, coming our way, look out. I think we got saved from the official.
And Barbosa's one of the craftiest guys in terms of using the basket, especially for reverse layups. It's not always about, you know, being the most athletic, but can you be a savvy guy? He goes back door. He's just so much fun to watch.
The Brazilian blur in a flash. Tied at 2 early in this one. Arthur Binowitz get a whistle off the ball before the shot.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a double foul here. Nice back door. Didn't really need to utilize the reverse layup on that one.
For posterity, right?
Yeah. Another great week for the Big Three here in Miami. Outstanding last week. had some highly rated games last week.
Down in Memphis, Tennessee. It's great ones, too. Labinowitz scores. Arthur Labinowitz from Evansville played there for a year. Also, 2 at Coastal Carolina with the finish.
Yeah, he's got to represent us small guys out here.
Avery Johnson, 6'5".
5'11".
Meeks for Barbosa scores.
See, in that situation, that's how Meeks, it shows his IQ. He didn't throw a bounce pass to Barbosa, threw it right to the rim. Barbosa didn't have to bring the ball down, kept it above his head. We'll see if Reggie Evans can attack this matchup here with Barbosa.
Backdoor Labinowitz with the stuff.
Labinowitz has gotten off to an excellent start. Obviously, you know, when you're missing Kevin Murphy, that's big shoes to fill.
Barbosa sticks it with the 3. Bullhawks by 1 in the early going, but the shooting good on both sides.
Yep.
Euro step to the rim. Good. Labinowitz against the blur.
And if you notice early on, Reggie Evans, you know, he doesn't want to pick up that second foul, so he slipped out of that pick and roll that time. A little miscommunication here with Meeks and Barbosa.
Let's go back to Mr. Labinowitz.
Yeah, Labinowitz, nice body control here, little Euro step, left to right, keeping pressure on Barbosa.
Coach, the magnitude of this one, as Lewis denied but fouled, will get a shot for 2. Barbosa with the personal. 3-headed monsters, 1 and 3. If you don't win, you're basically out of it for week number 7 and staying alive in the season. Bullhogs, you need a win really to be in the mix for a playoff spot.
Yep, that's what I love about this time of the Big 3 season. When you hit week 5, that's some serious decisions to make in terms of, you know, do you want to have an opportunity to get in the playoffs and continue the season?
There's too much. There's Meeks. Another launch. 0 for 2. Ayers with the foul. Lewis earlier, Avery missed that free throw. Talked to Reggie Theus before the game. He said the free throws have really hurt us lately, especially when a guy like Lewis can't convert.
Yeah, and the main thing is when you're on offense, you want to get in the bonus as quickly as you can, right? You want to force yourselves to be in a situation where you have multiple options.
Moss denied, but scores on the follow. He is athletic, right?
Man, super athletic, fun to watch.
Lane's open, Meeks denied. Evans with the finish. Moss again.
Man, and when you can come from the strong side and block a guy from behind, wow. Yeah, you look at Moss, man, he's a little bit of a jumping jack. He looked like he's on a trampoline coming from the weak side, blocking his shot and telling Meeks, go back to Kentucky.
Early going in Miami, three-headed monsters with the 5-point lead against the Ball Hogs here at Kaseya Center. Obviously, missing the reigning MVP, Kevin Murphy, spraining his knee Avery a couple weeks ago in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and again, when you have a major injury like this, it's more than a missing piece. It's a major piece that you're missing. This guy had an incredible year last year. The size, the athletic, the physicality. You know, I love the way he plays through contact, and just a real unfortunate injury.
When you watch back, thankfully, only a sprain for Murphy.
Yeah, well, sprain, that sounds a whole lot better. We know some of the other diagnoses, and we'll take a sprain any day of the week, so we know at some point he'll be coming back.
3 losses in their first 4 last year were 6-2, and just missed a spot in the final. The Rich Thea said the veterans, Evans, Lewis, there's a lot of pressure now on them with some new players on the roster.
Yeah, and again, that's 16 points a game. It's hard when you're trying to get to 50, and you got a guy that's averaging 16 points that's capable of scoring 25 or 30. Sometimes you got to go to multiple players to try to make up that point differential.
Here's DeJuan Summers in the game for the Ball Hogs. Step back short. Barbosa on the reset. Against Lewis to the rim. No. Evans with the rebound.
Yeah, rarely does Barbosa miss that Brazilian blur move. Now here's a flush by Moss.
Man, Moss, wow.
I just love his energy. And we're not talking about Randy Moss, the wide receiver, who had that same type of athleticism even as a football player.
Big target. Right the back door against Barbosa, but it was well guarded. Moss off the screen. The 3 is too much.
Remember, he knocked down one from the right corner last week, so he's capable of making the 3.
He had 18. Up off the top of the backboard, Evans, no need to clear. What a start for the three-headed monsters.
Yeah, we saw that in the last game a couple of times, especially in the power game early on. A couple of miscues there. Those air balls, and when you don't hit that basket or the rim, man, you can turn those baskets in, missed shots into easy baskets. Moss, man, look. Did you notice his head almost hit the rim? Look at this. Wow.
Whoa. Vince Carter-esque.
Yeah.
Right now, 10-0, three-headed monster run. Timeout, Ball Hogs down by 9.
Yeah, and when you think about it, we don't have a score clock, so it's all about the points. But it's still important to get off to a good start,
yes,
to set the tone. And right now, three-headed monsters, they're playing more like a desperate team. And when you don't have your MVP, your best player, teams sometimes just relax.
Yeah.
Subconsciously.
Avery. Yeah, you're right, Avery. Like, this team has a lot of pride. They've won every year they're in. They're 1-3. They got this week and next week, and then Ice Cube's going to eliminate 2 teams. So they have that sense of urgency that you were talking about when you're talking about the three-headed monsters. They're not making any excuses if Kevin Murphy is going to be out. They still think that they can get into the playoffs by stacking up some wins.
Scott, as well as anybody with Lewis and Evans, I mean, these guys have lived it in this league in the NBA for a long, long time.
Yeah, I think Reggie Evans, in my opinion, the most dominant big 3 player from start to finish. He's always been a dominant force in the paint. So, like I said, these guys aren't going to lay down because they're 1-3 and their MVP is out.
Now, this is where they like to pop Reggie Evans out and then post up Rashard Lewis, and that's what they're doing.
On cue, double team, fade away. Here's Meeks.
Yeah, great box out by Meeks. Nice chest block on Reggie Evans.
Oh, they needed one to go down, didn't they?
Bad. Desperately needed a bucket.
Meeks ends the 10-0 run for the three-headed monsters. Moss will shoot a free throw for 2, and boy, did he take a spill, but that's more the speed with which he plays than the contact.
Yep. And a little bit of an acting job there. Our guys Brian Custer and Jim Jackson kept these seats warm for us.
Yeah,
Did an amazing job. Listened to those guys earlier on CBS, and man, way to go, guys. We have talent everywhere.
And you know what? We all get a piece of Miami, right? We're all here for this Sunday night.
Yep.
Again, those missed free throws in this league, which worked 2, and later on, get the ball back in the bonus, huge.
You got to box out at the free throw line. It's 3 against 2. But if you make the free throw, that's what coaches, that's what we want.
Get it back.
You can bank it in, we don't care.
Evans battling, nice switch with the left.
And that's in Reggie Evans' arsenal in terms of, being able to post up that left-hand jump hook.
Summers muscling in, will shoot a free throw. Foul on Lubinowitz.
Yeah, so a lot of times when guys in the post, they're looking for some sort of a rhythm, just like a dancer. So here's the rhythm, and that's the bump. That's what Evans is looking for. That throws the defender off and puts him in a situation where he's not able to block that shot.
I can confirm you were doing a little bit of dancing with that replay. Time to bring the fire on foul. That's going to be Summers against Lubinowitz for the three-headed Monsters. Let's take a look at the rules for bring the fire. Challenge shooting foul. Whilst 2 players going one-on-one. If the offensive player scores or is fouled, it goes for 2 points. If there's a stop or an offensive foul, wave it off and no foul on the defensive side.
Yeah, and it's 10 seconds to score. And right now, if I'm Summers, I'm trying to get this ball all the way to the basket. No fadeaway shots, no jump shot. I'm getting to the basket.
There he goes, muscling in. Denied. Good D by Mr. Lubinowitz.
And you got to have that clock in your head. He really didn't need to rush. Once he got underneath the basket, there was still time left on the clock. So right now, you make this move, gather yourself a little bit more, and maybe utilize a reverse layup like we talked about earlier with Barbosa. Didn't really need to rush.
On the inbounds, Jalen Johnson ripping the jersey of Evans. So for the Bullhawks now, you've got Meeks, Summers, Johnson, no Barbosa against Evans, Lubinowitz, and Moss.
Let me say one more thing about that bring the fire situation. You do not want to end up behind the basket.
Double team, Lubinowitz, extra man Moss, too much.
Reggie Evans is doing a nice job of making the right pass, and I'm glad Cube was looking. We don't want anything to happen to the Cube.
He's got the drink in one hand.
Yes.
Dual effort. Summers for 3. Rimmed out.
And that's why you can't be talking on your cell phone or texting.
No, not in this league.
You never know.
Evans drop step. Offensive against Meeks.
No, that's against Reggie Evans.
That's what I mean.
Charge. Yeah, nice job by Meeks here, taking the contact. This is a grown man, a strong man. You got to have a lot of toughness in that situation to take a charge from Reggie Evans.
He's peeved. Don't get him angry. Backdoor Meeks scores and a foul.
And see, this is what we were talking about when we were coming on the air, when we were showing highlights of Meeks. Yes, he's a terrific three-point shooter, but I'm more impressed than ever with him moving without the ball, cutting back door.
Hey, one shot. I'm gonna give you one. Hey, watch that hard. Watch that hard. Hey, get up.
Rarely do we. Meeks is normally can count on him. Free throws, nice pass.
Lewis, Lubinowitz, and Meeks got his hand in there. Stays with the three-headed Monsters, but only 5 on the 14.
Yeah, and what you're trying to do is put yourself in a situation where there's shot fake and drive so that you can create 3-on-2s or 2-on-1s.
Missed the rim. Meeks, don't need to clear. Summers again. Good from three. Waiting for that to go down.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Ed. I don't know if he needed to clear that time. Sometime in those situations, you can go from a good shot to a bad shot. Unfortunately, that worked out for him.
All Hogs down 9 earlier, within 3. Lewis bumps. Will get a free throw. What has been a physical first half.
Yeah, a lot of times in the situation, didn't really think Summers needed to clear it out, but he backed up. Defense didn't close out fast enough, and he made Rashard Lewis and the three-headed monsters pay a price, and now we're bringing the fire again.
Rick Barry will initiate the Bring the Fire challenge. Lewis against Jalen Johnson.
This should be a good one.
Rick had that look saying, let's get a stop.
Well, if I'd have bet on Summers the first time, I would be 0-1.
Sweet Lou, too much.
I'm a little bit surprised because here again, this shot was up in what, 2 seconds?
Yep.
And you have more time to get a better shot.
Got 10 seconds. Bring the fire. Summers. Long rebound. Moss. Now they clear it.
Great ball movement.
Arlabinowitz. Moss. Pick and roll. And a stuff.
Man, this guy is a highlight waiting to happen. He's playing with an energy that we haven't seen in a long time. He's got a motor.
Crossover, work off, and finish. Mr. Moss delivers.
And see, this is also when you're new to the league. Guys haven't had a couple of seasons to play against you, to scout you a little bit. So we'll see as time moves on if he's able to have consistent success.
And a foul. Johnson against Moss with a chance at 3. Randy? No. Brandon? Yes.
Yeah, nice little lob here. Look high. Man, this guy can elevate. And then this little left to right. Look at this left to right crossover. Whoop. Finish inside. Wow.
Johnson with a chance at 3. But Avery Moss, it's only second game with three-headed monsters, and the continuity early on with these guys, really impressive.
Yeah, and we'll see how Coach Reggie Theus, how he continues to rotate guys out. Does he give Ross a little bit of a break at Moss a little bit of a break at some point?
Backdoor, Meeks stuck in there. Johnson scores.
And that's one of those situations, boy, I'm telling you, Rashard Lewis is pointing to himself. That's another one of those passes that should go towards the rim for a lob.
6-10. Moss gets the bounce. Moss with 10. Next point for three-headed monsters. Get us to the break. Johnson short. Evan saying, why me?
So last time, you remember, Meeks drew a charge. Nice pass.
Lewis. Look out. Coming our way. Summers saved, both of us saved. Reese Meeks backs it in.
I was trying to protect you, Ed.
Stopped on a dime.
I mean, yes. We'll see what type of post game Moss has. Nice little face up here.
Collects.
Yeah, he wish he could have that one back. But now Meeks is going to be on the run.
Meeks off the stagger, three-pointer. Missed it. Got decked. Moss for the half. Right for the rebound. Johnson. Summers.
That's when Moss is starting to get a little fatigued there.
Evans getting a free throw for 2.
I thought that ball hit the rim.
Me too. It was not cleared. They thought it didn't hit the rim.
Right. Maybe not. It went over. Maybe not.
So if it stands and it didn't hit the rim, Evans goes to the line. But if not, got to go back to the missed call. Almost want you to go over to Rick and say, Rick, it did not get the iron.
It didn't hit it.
Rick's built a very good pickleball afterlife for himself.
He's the pickleball king, man. He tries to recruit me every week to play pickleball. I'm not quite ready for pickleball.
No? You just never know.
I'm ready for the big 3 in this interview with Brandon Moss.
Let's go over to Scal.
All right, I'm here with Brandon Moss, new star of the Big 3. Second game, you seem to have your feet underneath you. How do you make sure you guys get over that hump and get the win?
Hey, man, I just come out here and do the X. You know what I'm saying? Beat Brandon Moss, a.k.a. Body Bag, if you may.
I've seen you before.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm going to get us over this hump because I'm going to keep playing with this energy. I keep the energy going with my defense.
All right, keep it up in second half. All right, guys.
All right, Scal. Brandon Moss from Alexandria, Avery, Louisiana.
Louisiana, the gumbo capital of the world.
Halftime. Three-headed Monsters by 4 against the Bullhogs.
All right, check this out. Watch this right here, y'all. Watch this. I'll take it though. That was fire. That was fire. Come on now. Big 3 dunkers, come on.
At the break, game 4 in Miami. We are coming into your living room. 1, 2, boom! The Big 3 rolls on from Kaseya Center. Ed Cohen with Avery Johnson. We couldn't do that if we tried, right?
No, I don't. My wife doesn't have enough insurance on me for me to do that. But it looks good. That's what you get at the Big 3. Lots of entertainment. You don't know what rappers are going to show up. That's what this is all about. It's such a balanced environment. The Big 3 gives something to all members of the family, and that's what I love about the Big 3.
I like the Miss Cassandra Johnson reference by my guy. Speaking of references, Brandon Moss, terrific in that first half balance for the three-headed monsters here against the Bullhogs.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. You know, it's obviously one guy, but you know, when you can have that balanced scoring in a variety of ways, three-point shooting, you know, post-up games here by Reggie Evans, and then, you know, Brandon Moss has been outstanding with his athleticism, his energy, and like he said, it all starts with defense, offensive rebounding. Rashard Lewis, one of the best rebounders in the Big 3.
First half, they were 12 for 21, took only 2 threes. Moss with 10 points and Avery 8 rebounds for the three-headed Monsters.
Yeah, he's on his way to get a double-double. He's 2 rebounds short from a double-double, and it's just the energy. And there's a +6 differential on the boards for the three-headed Monsters. And I know a guy that says no rebounds, no win. That's the president of this local Miami Heat basketball team, Pat Riley.
Oh, yes. Well, for the Bullhogs, last week, lost against Power. They were out-rebounded by a big margin, had 13 defensive rebounds, but gave up 14 to Power on the defensive end. And you mentioned tonight, -6 after one half.
Yeah, and it all starts off with shot selection. You got to have really good shot selection so you can have you guys in the right positions. But you cannot give up offensive rebounds. That's going to be critical. The three-headed Monsters only have 2, but you got to do a nice job.
Bullhogs, year number 6 in the Big Three, have never made the playoffs. Last year, Barbosa with the leg injury early on in the season, never recovered. This year, they're 2-2, and again, get a win. You've got a shot going forward, but this week 5, Avery, really a game of magnitude for these guys.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to take advantage of the three-headed Monsters. They have 5 turnovers, but you got to do a better job of converting those turnovers into points. And they got to play with a little bit more desperation. You can't have those droughts where you allow the three-headed Monsters to go on a 8-2 run, 10-0 run.
Here we go from Miami. Meeks, Barbosa, Johnson against Lewis, Lubinowitz, and Evans for the three-headed Monsters. Barbosa got bumped and will get a shot for 2.
Yeah, and that was a set play. Basically coming out to get Barbosa isolated against Lubinowitz. Run some sort of misdirection action for Jody Meeks, and then Barbosa explodes to the basket.
Last year as an NBA assistant with Sacramento. Before that with Golden State. Mike Brown got the job with the Kings, and Barbosa went with him from the Warriors before this year.
And what a nice job Mike Brown did this year.
Huge.
Wow. Incredible. What a team that hadn't made the playoffs in, 15 years maybe?
Longest drought. Evans got leveled. That's hard to do.
Yeah, that's an easy foul on Barbosa. We'll see what decision the Ball Hogs make. Are they going to force Evans to score? And they did, and he made them pay.
One-legged. Nice.
Reggie didn't really have that in his game early in his career. That shows you how guys can continue to, evolve, especially with him offensively.
Barbosa took a spill over Cameraman. Lewis gave it up. Meeks scores and a foul. And Meeks with a chance at 3. Ball Hogs within 2.
Yeah, Reggie Lewis, little malfunction there. But here's Barbosa going to the basket, trying to finish, and crashed into one of our cameramen. Glad everybody's okay. And then here Meeks comes back, finished with a strong left hand around the basket. There he is. We're okay.
That's our guy, Todd. Meeks is good. Todd, a quick thumbs up. We good?
Yep. Glad we don't. Does he need any pads, or he's okay?
He's good.
He's good. All right.
There it is.
I like that watch.
Here's Evans again. Lewis, big rebound to 9, but a foul. Rick Barry is livid. Will he bring the fire? It's early in the half, but we'll see.
I don't think so. And again, what we've talked about is, Rashard Lewis is averaging 9.8 rebounds a game, second behind Michael Beasley, who's averaging 11.5 a game. And man, what a nice game winner from Beasley.
Oh, yeah. Guys, you're just born to play in this league. Beasley is really at the top of the list, Avery.
Yeah. And you got to remember, all these guys that have played in the NBA, they're very familiar with playing in this building.
Yep.
And all of the venues, you know, for the most part.
It's been the big theme in season 6, being back on the road,
Yes,
right?
yes. I know I love it.
Johnson, blow by, kicks it out. Barbosa straight on. Gets the bounce.
And I'm glad that they were rewarded with a good lucky bounce, because that was an excellent offensive possession. Ball movement, player movement, penetration.
Oh, the swipe, the lob, Meeks, the finish, and Blur getting it done on both sides.
Yeah, and this is a different type of energy. You play hard, good things happen to you. Nice drive and kick. And here's Barbosa with the friendly bounce 1-2 and big 3 in.
That was half of Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Deflection, Evans retrieves, drives, Meeks the steal. Johnson with the swipe, and Meeks in one rhythm went up for the basket.
Yeah, Meeks just doing all the little things. He hasn't been known as a dirty work guy, but he's in the right place. Here he is right here, nice strip. He knew he didn't have to take the ball back out and relocate. I'm telling you, this is a different ball Hogs team than saw this game. Maybe they got the big speech from Coach Rick Barry at halftime.
Down 9 early.
Yeah.
Meeks gives him a 3-point lead now, make it 4, 34-30.
Avery, I take that personal when you say a different ball Hogs team. Come on. I know you meant something with that.
Scal bleeds it, right? Moss, no. Evans, yes. Scal, we love you.
Yeah, they missing
You're an
Scal.
original.
They're missing Scal spreading the floor. You know, he's a spread the floor guy.
I think that's more spirit they're missing. Just encouragement.
Scal forever, you're the captain.
Well, I was the smart one that gave Barbosa my team. So
Evans, nice spin and the finish. You sold at a good time.
no, I just gave it away.
The penny stocks. Here's Meeks for 3. It's too much. There's Evans.
And you got to give, you know, the three-headed monster credit, just knowing who's taking the 3. You got to contest Meeks at the three-point line.
Want to shoot. Moss gets it back and go to the line.
But you notice Moss has missed a couple of chippies there, but he's so athletic and has that second jump. So nice spin here, but he misses the shot, comes back with the second jump quicker than anybody can get off the floor.
Hey, Reggie, let's go. Jody, you got this spot, dude. Step down, Barbosa.
He's 6'6" and 29 years old. Reggie Theus said the message has been keep it simple. Don't do too much. You're skilled, but we need you to be that guy who can distribute.
Yeah. And right now his message loud and clear because he's playing well.
Second spot. Press rewind. One shot.
They had a big block from behind early in the game. And now he's getting to the free throw line. Lob dunks, drives, and he makes his free throw.
First points from Moss since the break. 10 in the first half. Leads 2 for the three-headed monsters. Barbosa faked it. Pull-up jumper. That goes over.
But again, Brandon Morris, man, that defense, Barbosa had to elevate that shot with more arc because of his athleticism and size and length.
Summers in for Barbosa. This lineup worked at the end of the first half.
It sure did.
Got him back in.
Yep.
Now they've got it right. Moss going baseline. Beats. Cut him off. Was deflected. No, a turnover by Moss.
But now what they're doing is they're forcing Moss, to utilize the baseline, and that brings in another defender. Shot clock.
Look at you, Eagle Eye.
Yeah. Point guard, man, you got to be able to see the court. Panoramic vision of the entire arena.
We are entering clutch time in this one, right?
Yep. Yeah, Jody Meek said it's a war out here. It's physical. We may have to bring in the shot clock like the old days and put it on the floor.
That's like before Miami ever had an NBA team.
Or somebody at the scores table have the stopwatch and they'll call it out.
Let's see. At this point, the players desperate to just get the game back, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go.
And when you want to keep that momentum, you got your energy really high.
Get it all sorted out. More to come. Bringing the fire, bringing the energy from Miami. 2-point lead for the three-headed Monsters.
As Superfly and courtesy of Ice Cube and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where my kids at in the building, because we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys. Come on, kids, where you at? We gonna come to you. We got plenty for y'all. Ice Cube is Superfly. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, August 2nd in theaters everywhere. Kids, come on now, we got you covered. Oh, she's so happy. She's so happy. August 2nd, y'all, make sure you take the kids to go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Thanks, Cube.
Well, the shot clock all squared away. That's the good news. Reggie Evans getting it done for the three-headed Monsters as usual on the inside.
Yeah, Reggie Evans, again, we know he's been known throughout his career for defense and rebounding, but man, he's such a much improved offensive player. That's his forte right there. And then his passing ability, he's thrown a couple of no-look passes that's been very impressive.
There's the scoring. 5 rebounds for the veteran in the big three. Evans was out last year with a hand injury, but if you're the guy of the glass, you're doing something right. They missed him on the interior.
They definitely did. And I talked to Reggie early in the Big Three season in Chicago, and I said, what's been the key for you, in terms of staying in shape? He said, man, or getting in shape. He said, I stay in shape. I don't get out of shape. I'm 24/7, 7 days a week, always working on my body.
Oh, Summers, and a foul on Boss.
And see, these are little things right here you know, trying to stay away from fouling jump shooters, getting in their space. Got to give them an opportunity to land cleanly.
Scoreless last week, Summers with 5. This for the lead. It's there. So Moss, Evans, Lewis against Meeks, Johnson, and Summers for the Ball Hogs.
Yeah, you got to give Coach Reggie Diaz credit, man. He's doing a masterful job just rotating guys in and out, knowing who needs a quick blow.
Moss scores. Meeks with the spill. No whistle on Moss.
And man, you can tell in that post, boy, Moss, he wants to drive left if possible and play over that right shoulder. And what that does when you're on the left box facing, when you spin over your right shoulder, you're spinning away from any help from the defense.
Summers pull a 3, nails it. All right, a 2-point game with 10 points to go.
Yeah, and the way Summers is shooting the ball, man, 2 or 3 steps from behind the 3, he may want to try a 4-point shot.
Lewis can't answer. Another chance. Moss gets free, slams it.
Wow. Elevation, shot fakes. We know he's a nice shot fake guy inside. We saw that last week. This is the 3 he made.
Out of bounds.
And here's Summers right here. Nice 3-point shot here. And then Moss on this drive. Wow. Shot fake, flush.
Shot clock at 5. Meeks hovering. It's Johnson. Meeks, another chance for 3. Too much. Third try.
Give me 3.
Summers launches and hits.
Summers is stroking that 3-point shot. You gotta find him. And man, that opens the floor up for guys like Meeks when he's got another player that can knock down 3s.
Again, in their history, as important games the Ball Hogs have ever played. They need to keep their playoff hopes alive, and Lewis slipped, but a foul on Summers.
And actually it was a good foul.
Gonna bring the fire. There goes Rick Barry.
He can't bring the fire right now.
Coach Rick Barry. False alarm, Rick.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick Barry thought he was going for a pickleball right there. He sprinted up there.
Moss against Meeks. Denied. Gets back. Evans. No, but a foul. Summers. Do you bring it now?
But boy, you got to give Moss credit with the extra effort.
Ref. I missed a layup right here.
Scal, I think we're good.
All right, here we go. You know what time it is, courtesy of Taco.
Now we can bring it.
It's about that time to go one-on-one and bring the fire.
All right, Avery, what's the strategy here for your Evans?
Oh, Evans? Shot faking, getting downhill. He wants to use his left hand jump hook. That's what he wants to do right there.
You caught perfectly, but just a little too much.
Most of the time when you're in situations like this, you want to go to your go-to move, but give Summers credit. There was no backing down from Summers in that situation.
So it stays 43-40. All Hogs. Meeks, Johnson, Summers, Moss, Lewis, Evans to the 3-headed monsters. Johnson held up, and Lewis with the foul.
So what's that, 6?
In the bonus.
Yep, they're in the bonus.
Reggie Theus with that foul, common foul, but in the penalty, can challenge, bring the fire, and he will. Johnson against Lewis.
It's getting hot in here.
And here on the court, outside, I mean, you're in Dallas, but this is nuts.
Man, it's they average about 103 in Dallas next week. But I would rather it be 100 degrees on Miami Beach.
This massive, bringing the fire. Johnson scores who's fouled. Get the points. No basket.
He stepped behind the 3. Yep. That's just like you're in the corner and you step on the side, like right there. Turnover. Man. You got to know where you are on the floor.
Yep. Moss wants it. Lewis attacks. Moss relocates.
They're playing him for the drive.
Look down low, Lewis. No, Higgins knocked away in a violation.
Excellent pass from Moss. Excellent interior pass.
Summers rises. Nearly got it back, but worked it to Meeks. Meeks for 3.
They're just not giving Meeks any really clean looks from behind the line. Give the defense credit.
Summers, yes! Another long rebound. DeJuan Summers, 4 years in the NBA at Georgetown. Last year, the Big Three, 4th man of the year with Tri-State. Moss into a 3. Shots not going down now for the three-headed monsters. Meeks, the switch, goaltend. Yes, they'll count it.
Definitely goaltending. Moss has lost a little bit of his energy finishing around the basket. A little frustration here with the goaltend. Excellent call. And that's what it's all about. Can you sustain an effort? These games are really physical. It'll take a lot out of you if you leave all the energy in the first half.
Rabinovic back in, denied the fouls by Johnson. But still, Avery, it was tied at 40. Ball Hogs with a 7-0 spurt, and now with point game.
Yep, creating that separation, and now they're in position. The three-point shot will win it. If there's a miss on this free throw, they got to rebound this basketball.
Art Rabinowitz. There it is.
There it is.
A 3 will do it. Summers fires for 3. That's an air ball.
That's not really a good decision on Meeks' part. Meeks had the favorable matchup. He was actually open for about 3 seconds for a three-point shot. He's got to do a better job recognizing. Now again, they're playing Moss for the drive. They're not going to double team the post here. They're going to force Reggie to score over.
That's an air ball. Don't need to clear. Meeks.
Yeah, Meeks should win this matchup.
Blow by, right on cue, and they're a point away.
That's what I was talking about, the possession before. You want to try to attack Rabinovic.
The sniper putting in work. Ball Hogs. Point game.
Little wet spot. It's go time. Lobinowicz drives, and there it is for 2. But now, a chance to win it for the Ball Hogs.
Yep, now everything's in play. 4-point shot, 3-point shot, or 2. All of it's in play right now. It gives the Ball Hogs more options to try to take their season to a 3-2 record with a win.
Evans didn't clear it. Runner gonna wave it off. Did not clear the signal that he cleared. See where they go.
All right, maybe a quick little sub here with Barbosa back in, maybe. But nope. Coach Rick Barry's going to leave this same unit on the floor.
Meeks gets free, fouled, and will shoot a free throw for the win. I'll tell you, Lubinowicz did his best. It was all over him.
But you see, from a basketball standpoint, scouting report, they're trying to attack that matchup. They believe Meeks can win it, and he can win the game with a free throw.
Jody Meeks, game winner. Ball Hogs, what a close, 11-2 run, and they win it in Miami.
Well, you talking about a different Ball Hogs team in the second half of this game and to finish this game, and we talked about it. This is a team that's trying to make the playoffs for the first time.
Always said you need to get out of Miami, most likely with 3 wins at least, to have a shot at the playoffs. And our next game, Tri-State and Trilogy, both 2-2.
Yep.
Over to Scal with Jody Meeks.
They call you just a shooter. 20, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. You did it. You had it all tonight. You guys needed this win. You obviously stepped up, played the whole game. What is it taking for you guys to get to the playoffs, and everyone's talking about that?
Well, we knew it was a game we had to have. It's a lot of teams in the same position. So good, bad, or ugly, we knew we had to get it, so I just wanted to do everything I could personally to do it, and it was a team effort. DeJuan Summer played great tonight.
No question, he was great in the second half. I want to talk to you about your energy. You never stopped moving that entire game. Is that how you have to play to get the shots off?
Well, I'm exhausted, but I think that's just the strong point of my game, always moving. Whether I'm missing or making my threes, I don't worry about that. I try to be a complete player and get my teammates involved.
All right, get to the playoffs. Congratulations, Jody.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, send it back to you.
All right, Scal. Meeks, game winner. Ball Hogs are 3-2. Final score, Ball Hogs 51 and the Three-Headed Monsters 42. Rick Barry's club with the victory in South Beach. More to come, week 5 here in the Big 3.
West Virginia, number 3.